to Daytime Tri-Cities, and of course we are so excited to be here live for our Food City Independence Day special. And right now we're bringing in Chef Tony Mammarella, who makes the best things on the grill. Every time we have our grilling shows, whether it's racing or holidays, you always elevate our game.
We always try. We always try and do a little outside the box.
And looking very festive, I might add. I love all the flags. You match my skirt, so we're like one very patriotic.
4th of July on the
yes,
way.
Very much so. All right, you've already gotten started this morning.
I have. We're doing some beer braised brats.
Ooh.
So I put them in a little bit earlier because I wanted to give them a little bit of time to simmer in that beer before we got them on the grill.
Okay.
Really, really simple, especially on a Blackstone, a real thin aluminum pan. Fill it full of beer, add your favorite brats, and then we'll take them out. We're actually just going to try and get a little color, getting them up on the flat top so they get a little bit of char and a little bit of blackness to them. Those vegetables have already softened pretty well for us.
Okay.
So they're not going to take a whole lot of time to cook, but it'll make a really, really good flavored sandwich.
And you can just put that container right there on the Blackstone.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep, the aluminum pans work really well. You can't really boil on a Blackstone because it doesn't have sides, but being able to use pots and pans and little foil things like this, great way to keep things hot,
Yeah.
heat things up, and then simmer. And then actually we're going to take that beer and we'll pour it over these in a minute and we're actually going to heat them up.
Of course we are. Oh
So-
my goodness, they smell so good, Tony.
And it's quick and simple. You can start them ahead of time, and really all you're trying to do is char them so you get a little bit of that grill flavor.
Okay.
Pretty quick and easy to work.
Oh my gosh, and nothing says 4th of July like something like that,
Yes.
right? I mean,
Brats,
it's a
peppers, and
staple.
onions.
It's a staple. Yes.
So next thing we're going to make is actually a Bahn-Mi sandwich. It's kind of a take on an Asian style sandwich.
Okay.
So we found some spiced meatballs at the store.
Yeah.
And we pressed them out and we made them flat just so they'll cook a lot faster. They'll hold our buns. But we're just going to place them on the flat top and start to brown them up.
How creative. So you took the meatball and you just pushed it
flattened it
down,
out.
got it all flat, and we're putting it on the grill almost like a little slider.
Yep. And then we season it with some Asian seasonings we found. There's a Chinese 5-spice and a Thai style seasoning. The Thai's a little spicy.
Okay.
So it's not going to be ridiculously hot, but it'll kind of give you that flavor. Really simple and easy way to make these sandwiches. We'll grill these up. Once they're grilled, we'll build a sandwich.
And so unique, different flavors coming together. Usually when you think of Asian food, you don't think of a backyard barbecue.
You don't, but it's a great way to incorporate some things that are untraditional.
Yeah.
We see a lot of trends where people are starting to experiment more and go in different directions. This particular sandwich also gives you a great way to incorporate some veggies.
Ah.
Traditionally with a Bahn-Mi, it's got like a radish and carrot, kind of coleslaw or pickle.
Okay.
And then it's topped with fresh cucumbers and cilantro.
Oh, and radishes right now. Very good.
So daikon, if you can find it, red radishes, carrots, anything you can get.
Okay, perfect. And then you've got those right there on the grill, so they're grilling up. So you've got plenty of room for some other things. I like that you can put everything and kind of compartmentalize everything over there.
This is a little grill, but it still works really well for what we're doing. Makes it a whole lot easier to work with. If we want to start with our sandwiches, our brats have started to brown.
Okay.
I believe if we kind of roll them over, you'll see they're getting blistered. Once that skin, and I always use natural casing brats.
Okay.
Once that skin starts to crack and peel, we know we're in a pretty good spot. We can take our buns, we'll load them on here. We have 2 styles. There's a traditional brat, and then we have a cheddar brat.
Oh,
And
nice.
the more peppers and onions you can add to these sometimes, I think the better off you are.
And I like that bun. You were able to get 2 on there.
Exactly. Everybody knows I like to eat.
Well, that is wonderful.
So if we wanted to add cheese to these, this is a good time that we can do this. We can actually use the steam and the moisture from the stuff that's already on the grill, and it'll help us melt our cheese.
Perfect.
If you wanted to, and then work with that. But
Okay.
it's a great size bun for this. It's not too long or too wide. Sub buns a lot of times tend to be bigger than the brats that you're using.
Yeah.
This is a bolillo roll that we sell at Food City. Really easy to work with, really user friendly.
It looks very hearty, so it's not going to fall apart on you when you
Exactly.
take that first bite.
You can actually have a sandwich. If you need to toast them, there's nothing that says you can't just set them on the grill and hold them off for a few seconds. You can actually, if you're interested, take some cheese. I actually have Fontina, which is a fantastic melting cheese.
Okay.
We can load that right on in here. We'll use one of our aluminum pans. It'll cover it up for a few seconds. That steam from that beer is actually going to help us melt that cheese.
Goodness.
It won't take real long, but we can always add a little bit to it. The
Okay.
more of that flavor you get back in your sandwiches and in your stuff, best way you can work with it.
Oh my gosh, that looks wonderful. I'm going to let you continue to melt our cheese. We're going to continue grilling over here, but we've got Chris right beside of us, and Chris is talking about some smoked meats. Of course, we're talking that Q smoker, right, Chris?